This happened while we were gone. And the United States at the United Nations abstained from a UN Security Council vote on condemnation of settlements in the West Bank, of existing settlements. The failure to veto by the Obama administration is treated by the right wing in this country, the right wing in Israel, larger portions of American Jewry than I would want, but much more so, I think, in Christian Zionists as being some type of stab in the back to Israel. It's perfectly consistent with American policy. And not in any way unique in terms of other administrations not vetoing bills that are critical of Israel on certain issues. And but I think to a large extent, this is an Obama attempt to allow things to reveal themselves in some way. I wish he would be more aggressive. But here's John Kerry also trying to make the point by arguing that the two-state solution is now in jeopardy. I mean,
right.
That's like saying, hey, you know what? In the coming years, we should really consider the possibility of global climate change. But here he is saying it, trying to walk up to the line, although not saying what is in reality the truth. He said this on December 28th. Like I said, the good news this week is that Bibi Netanyahu got a visit from anti-corruption authorities in Israel. One can only hope.
You're Jewish?
But we'll see. Here's
There are a similar number of Jews and Palestinians living between the Jordan River and the Mediterranean Sea. They have a choice. They can choose to live together in one state, or they can separate into two states. But here is a fundamental reality. If the choice is one state, Israel can either be Jewish or democratic. It cannot be both. And it won't ever really be at peace. Moreover, the Palestinians will never fully realize their vast potential in a homeland of their own with a one-state solution. Now,
So there it is. I mean, he's basically saying one-state solution doesn't work out for what anybody wants, at least amongst the people that he's talking to there. And a two-state solution is in jeopardy.
And, this goes back to, Ehud Olmert, who's in jail now, actually, who, if any, I would prefer Netanyahu in jail than him, whatever the legitimate, he was corrupt and did terrible things. But in 2007, he said, if the two-state solution collapses, which he's like the last person who could even remotely credibly say that there was a potential of that even happening under his watch, then, quote unquote, Israel would face a, quote, South Africa-style struggle for equal voting rights as soon as that happens. The state of Israel is finished.
Yep.
And but what's interesting is it's like what they're demonstrating is, no, it's not finished. It's just becoming and sort of formalizing being an apartheid state. And the other reporting was that Kerry wanted to give this speech 2 years ago.
Really?
And that they were saying, hold off, don't antagonize them even more. And then finally there's been sign-off, like at the end. It's another irony, right, that Olmert said this stuff at the end of his premiership, too. And Ehud Barak said last week that most Israelis agree with what Kerry said. I don't actually think that's true, but it shows that, well, at least in Israeli elite leadership, among those that aren't insane, they get it.
Hey, it's Sam Seder. Why don't you subscribe to this channel? You can do so right over here. Subscribe.